Everyone, the chief guest has now arrived. We ask you all to please take your seats. The chief guest has now arrived. Please take your seats. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession is now entering the venue. Please stand up and remain standing until all members of the procession have taken their seats. And at this time, I request that you silence your cell phones for the duration of the convocation to avoid disturbances of the proceedings. It's his birthday, right? birthday.
I'm not confirmed, but this is true. Yeah, true.
Our chief guest and guest of honor will now pay a floral tribute to Shri O.P. Jindal, in whose memory the university was founded. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise or remain standing for the national anthem.
The Honorable Chancellor, I request you to declare the convocation open.
This convocation of the O.P. Jindal Global University has been called to confer the degrees upon the candidates who in the examination held for the purpose have been certified to be worthy of the same. We are extremely delighted that Honorable Vice-President Shri Venkaiah Naidu is the chief guest at this convocation ceremony, and we are deeply privileged to have him in our midst. He is a veteran parliamentarian with outstanding contribution to public service and distinguished political life. I've had the privilege of being with him in the parliament for 10 years, and for 5 years, when he was heading the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Home Affairs, I had the privilege of serving with him, and he was always most encouraging. Thank you for being here, sir. We are also delighted to have Honorable Governor of Haryana, Professor Kaptan Singh Solanki. Thank you for being with us, sir, and always encouraging us. And Honorable Acting Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, Justice Gita Mittal. As the Chancellor of O.P. Jindal Global University, I extend a very warm welcome to all our esteemed guests. August 7th is a very special day for me because we created this university in the memory of my father, Shri Om Prakash Jindal, whose birth anniversary we are celebrating today. To be blessed with the presence of such eminent persons on the dais on this occasion is a great homage to my father. For students who devoted many years of study at JGU to earn this moment, it is a fitting finale. I now declare the convocation open.
May I now request the Vice Chancellor, Professor C. Raj Kumar, to deliver the welcome address and present the university report.
A very good evening to all of you. I have great pleasure in welcoming all of you to the 7th Convocation and the Founders' Day celebrations of OPJGU. And in particular, I would like to welcome the graduating students, their parents, and family members. Congratulations to all the graduating students and parents. Congratulations to the class of 2018. It is indeed a special occasion for us to celebrate this occasion, but also to mark the 88th birth anniversary of Shri O.P. Jindal. I would like to take this moment to extend a warm welcome to the distinguished guests who are present here, to begin with Shri Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice-President of India, a very distinguished parliamentarian, somebody who has devoted good part of his life towards promoting public engagement as well as public service. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and to be present on this occasion. I want to extend a warm welcome to Honorable the Governor of Haryana, Professor Kaptan Singh Solanki, for his distinguished presence. He has been a constant source of encouragement and support to our university. He has visited our campus a number of times, and he has never said no to our request for being there, and I am grateful to you, sir, for your presence. I want to extend a warm welcome to Honorable Ms. Justice Gita Mittal, Acting Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, and as some of you know, Chief Justice Designate of the Jammu and Kashmir High Court. Thank you very much, ma'am. In her, we have a distinguished jurist who is present on this occasion. Of course, I want to extend a warm welcome to our founding benefactor and Chancellor, Naveen Jindal, and thank him for his contributions to philanthropy, as well as his commitment to excellence in building a not-for-profit university that is deeply committed to academic freedom, institutional autonomy, and independence. I also want to take a a moment to welcome Madam Savitri Jindal, Mrs. Shalu Jindal, and the children of our benefactor Venkaiah Jindal and Yashaswini Jindal for joining us on this special occasion. I also want to welcome Mr. Farooq Abdullah for his presence here, and many other distinguished members of the governing body, the Board of Management, the Academic Council of the University, the faculty members, the staff, and of course, the wonderful students of JGU for your presence. The 7th August is always a very special occasion for us, not only because of the fact that we are celebrating the achievements and contributions of our students, but also for me personally to reflect about the journey that we undertook together. I met Mr. Naveen Jindal in late 2006, and it's nearly 12 years since this journey has continued all this while. We began the university in a very modest manner on 30th September 2009 with only 100 students and 10 faculty members and one school in just 4 classrooms in a relatively small campus in Sonipat. Little did we know that our journey that began on 30th September 2009 will take us to where we are today with over 4,500 students and 330 faculty members and 8 different schools across different disciplines in a 100-acre campus with over 2 million square feet of built-up space. Beyond the physical infrastructure, the intellectual imagination that brought OP Jindal Global University to India is also an example of what philanthropy and public service can do towards contributing towards education. 2018 is a watershed year for JGU for at least 3 significant reasons. First, it is in this year that the International Rankings Organization, QS Rankings, recognized OP Jindal Global University as an international university and ranked us as one of the top 300 universities in the BRICS region. There are 9,000 universities in the BRICS region, of which OP Jindal Global University being the youngest university and to be ranked as one of the top 300 universities. In fact, around the world, there are 27,000 universities, and 1/3 of those universities are in the BRICS region. We are also the first and only private university in Haryana among the over 25 private universities to be ranked internationally. Second, JGU got the first rank and was also recognized as the cleanest university in the entire country and ranked so in the Swachhta rankings of higher education institutions. As you know, it was Prime Minister's vision to develop an imagination for clean India, and in that process, the Swachhta rankings of higher education institutions were introduced, and OP Jindal Global University was ranked as the first and the cleanest university in India. Third, which is obviously a very special recognition for us, OP Jindal Global University was granted the status of autonomy by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, for receiving the NAC A grade, the only private university in Haryana and one of only 2 private universities in the whole of India to have been granted autonomy. But this is a moment for us to celebrate our students. These graduates who have assembled here and their parents have made themselves proud and also made us proud for what they have done. Several things to report about the graduating class. The graduating class have accomplished themselves and are going to pursue a number of careers pursuing in different walks of life. Students of the law school, the business school, the School of International Affairs, the School of Public Policy, and the School of Liberal Arts and Humanities. I want to take a moment to thank their parents and of course their teachers for the incredible inspiration that they have provided all through their life for where our graduates have reached today. So once again, congratulations to the parents and the teachers. JGU has expanded significantly in the last 9 years, but one of the things that we have been committed to from day one is our commitment to promoting equality, equity, quality, as well as excellence. We maintain a 1:13 faculty-student ratio, not only the best in India, but mostly one of the best in the whole of Asia. Our commitment to quality does not get compromised, even in our zeal and enthusiasm to expand as a university. Of course, we have a long way to go. We are marking an important occasion next year when we'll be celebrating our 10th anniversary. Later today, this evening, we will be releasing the Strategic Vision Document 2029, a document that will serve as the vision for the next decade of JGU's transformation. I want to take this moment to thank the contribution of the faculty members as well as the students in evolving this document. Congratulations in particular to the class of 2018. Remember, you are the future of India and the world, and whatever you do, you will excel for sure. But beyond your success, I want to seek your indulgence for 2 minutes on developing a sense of cooperation and a deeper sense of humanity in your life. The sense of cooperation that is deeply embedded in any institutional imagination is what that helps us achieve our goals and aspirations. In these 10 years at Jindal, I had the privilege to observe and experience very closely and firsthand the deeper sense of cooperation that is constantly reflected in everything we do, without which we cannot aspire to achieve greatness. It is in this context that I want to briefly reflect about the concept of Ubuntu that makes us do what we are doing. It essentially means, and I quote, "I am what I am because of who we all are," unquote. The word Ubuntu has its origins from the Bantu dialect of Africa. It is a traditional African philosophy that provides us an understanding of ourselves in relation with the world. According to Ubuntu, and I quote, "There exists a common bond between us and all of us, and it is through this bond, through our interaction with our fellow human beings, that we discover our own human qualities." Or as the Zulus would say, and I quote, "that a person is a person through other persons. We affirm our humanity when we acknowledge that of others," unquote. The South African Nobel laureate Archbishop Desmond Tutu describes Ubuntu as follows, and I quote, "It is the essence of being human. It speaks of the fact that my humanity is caught up and inextricably bound up in yours. I am human because I belong." It speaks about wholeness. It speaks about compassion. A person with Ubuntu is welcoming, hospitable, warm and generous, willing to share. Such people are open and available to others, willing to be vulnerable, affirming of others, do not feel threatened that others are able and good, for they have a proper self-assurance that comes from knowing that they belong in a greater whole. They know that they are diminished when others are humiliated, diminished when others are oppressed, diminished when others are treated as if they are less than who they are. The quality of Ubuntu gives people resilience, enabling them to survive and emerge still human despite all efforts to dehumanize them, unquote. As I look back at my 10 years at Jindal, what has really brought all of us together, from Chancellor Naveen Jindal to each one of us on JGU campus, the gardeners, the cleaners, the construction workers, the office attendants, the janitors, the drivers, the plumbers, the electricians, the cooks, the administrative staff, the students, the parents, and the faculty, is this unwavering commitment to the concept of Ubuntu. It is Ubuntu that has constantly brought us together to what we are doing as a part of our own calling in life. It is part of our own effort to find purpose and meaning to our existence. I feel humbled, privileged, and grateful that destiny has enabled me to spend the last decade with each one of you, helping in the building of something that is going to last long, long after our own times and outlast all of us. As you move in this journey to discover your own future, remember to live a life that believes in Ubuntu. As I end my remarks, I want to end it on a lighter note. In a lighter vein, recently I discovered that our Chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal's pet name is Bantu, which nearly sounds like Ubuntu, which reflects his personality and values. Congratulations to the class of 2018. You have already made us so proud. I want to lastly conclude this by sharing a very inspiring message that we received from the Honorable Prime Minister of India. We recently sent an invitation of this convocation to him, and he has written this short message to the founding Chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal, and I will read this message, and this is the message. I am pleased to learn that the 7th Convocation ceremony and the Founders' Day celebration of the O.P. Jindal Global University, Sonipat, Haryana, are being organized on 7th August 2018. Congratulations to all the students who are proudly graduating out on this occasion. Within a short span, the university has emerged as one of the premier institutions in the country, known for interdisciplinary approach and research-oriented curriculum. The whole university fraternity is congratulated for their continued efforts in its pursuit of excellence. I hope that the university will continue to foster the open environment for knowledge creation and contribute towards a knowledge-led New India. Best wishes to all these students to realize all their aspirations and contribute for the glory of our nation. Best wishes for the successful organization of the convocation ceremony, signed by Honorable Prime Minister of India. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor. May I now request the Honorable Chancellor of JGU, Mr. Naveen Jindal, to felicitate the Chief Guest, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice-President of India, and present the memento. May I now request the Honorable Chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal, to felicitate the guest of honor, Professor Kaptan Singh Solanki, Honorable Governor of Haryana, and present the memento. And finally, may I request the Chancellor to felicitate the guest of honor, Ms. Justice Gita Mittal, Honorable Acting Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, and to present the memento. I would like to now request the Dean of each of the schools for graduating students to please come to the stage. Dean Professor Kathleen Madrowski for the School of Liberal Arts and Humanities. Dean Professor R. Sudarshan for the School of Public Policy. Professor Sriram Chalia for the Jindal School of International Affairs. And Dean Professor Tapan Kumar Panda for the Business School.
The candidates for BA, Liberal Arts and Humanities degree, please rise.
The candidates for Master of Arts, Public Policy degree, please rise.
Which part of it? The candidates of Master of Business Administration and Integrated Business Management Program, please rise.
The candidates for MA Diplomacy Law and Business and BA in Global Affairs degrees, please rise.
The candidates for LLB, BA LLB, BBA LLB, and LLM degrees, please rise. May I request the Honorable Chancellor of JGU, Mr. Naveen Jindal, to admit students to their respective degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chancellor, I admit you to your respective degree. By virtue of the authority vested in me as a Chancellor, I admit you to your respective degree of this university, and I charge you that ever in your life, through thoughts, action, and conversation, you prove yourselves worthy for the same.
Congratulations. Okay. I would request all of the medal winners to please come near the dais. And I would request Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Hon'ble Vice-President of India, to present the gold, silver, and bronze medals for the different programs. And to all the medal winners, I apologize in advance if I mispronounce your names. Okay. For the BA in Liberal Arts, gold medal, Olivia Sebastian. Silver, Tarika Perez. Bronze, Srivatsan Manivanan. Q. And the Outstanding Liberal Arts and Humanities Leadership Award, Akshay Sharan. For the Masters in Public Policy, Vishale Kotam, gold, Ramana Raman, silver, and Aparna Sivaraman, bronze. And the Outstanding Public Policy Leadership Award, Aditya Vaisith and Gatika Gandunja. Sorry. For the Masters in Diplomacy, Law, and Business, the gold medal, Karmani Tandani. Silver, Anashwarya R. Ashok. And bronze, Amika Bawa. And for the Bachelors in Global Affairs, gold, Atharva Chaitanya Deshmukh. Silver, Tahira Somal. And bronze, Sanjana Medipali. And the Outstanding International Affairs Leadership Award is going to Atharva Chaitanya Deshmukh. For the Masters in Business Administration, gold medal, Shikha Chandra. Silver, Gautam Sawana. And bronze, Gaurav Chaturvedi. MBA, the IBM program, the gold medal, Chandrima Agarwal. Silver, Himanshi Nanda. And bronze, Manisha Beniwal. And the Outstanding Management Leadership Award will go to Vijil Venugopal. And finally, JGLS. For the BBA LLB, gold medal, Vandita Khanna. For the BA LLB silver, Sayesha Bhattacharya. And bronze, Asmita Singhvi. For the BBA LLB, gold medal, Mirnal Sharma. Silver, Jayantika Khanna. Bronze, Hardik Rupal. For the LLB, gold medal, Ananya Majumdar. Silver, Kavya Kartik. And bronze, Vasudha Ahuja. And finally, last but not least, the LLM. Gold medal, Aparna. Aparna has also won the Nani Halkewala medal. Silver, Deepa. And finally, the Ashwan Maharaj Outstanding Law Leadership Award goes to Vinay Krishna Kodali. Congratulations to all of the medal winners. And again, medal winners, apologies. I would now request Professor Kaptan Singh Solanki, Honorable Governor of Haryana, to deliver the visitor's address.
Honorable Vice-President of India and the chief guest of this 7th Convocation, Shri Venkaiah Naidu, Justice Gita, Mittal ji, Honorable Acting Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, Shri Naveen Jindal, Chancellor, O.P. Jindal University, Professor Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Professor Y.S.R. Murthy, Registrar, other dignitaries of the university, members of the governing body, faculty members, and my dear students. My first impression for this function is very grand and excellent. Jindal Global University, ये हरियाणा स्टेट की शान है। और ये सिर्फ हरियाणा स्टेट की शान तो है ही, लेकिन प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर पूरे देश के अंदर इसका सितारा चमकता है। अभी जो एक्रेडिटेशन हुआ है नेक के द्वारा, पूरे देश की 819 यूनिवर्सिटीज में से फर्स्ट और सेकंड कैटेगरी में सिर्फ 21 यूनिवर्सिटी आई हैं, जिनको स्केल 3.5 से ज़्यादा है। इन 21 यूनिवर्सिटीज में से पूरे देश के अंदर सिर्फ प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज 2 हैं, और उन दोनों में से एक ये जिंदल यूनिवर्सिटी है। हरियाणा में टोटल डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटी, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी, गवर्नमेंट यूनिवर्सिटी, प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज मिला के 50 हैं, लेकिन प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी की संख्या ज़्यादा है, अबाउट 25। लेकिन हरियाणा के अंदर ओपी जिंदल यूनिवर्सिटी टॉप पर है। पूरे देश के अंदर क्लीनलीनेस, स्वच्छता, इसके माध्यम से अगर पैमाने के हिसाब से देखा जाए तो यूनिवर्सिटी नंबर 1 पर है। और इस तरह मुझे लगता है कि 2006 में स्थापित यूनिवर्सिटी आज के दिन इसके चांसलर श्री नवीन जिंदल ने सिर्फ तिरंगा झंडा ही ऊंचा नहीं फहराया है, एकेडमिक क्षेत्र में इस यूनिवर्सिटी के माध्यम से भी अपना झंडा बुलंद किया है। आज का दिन कॉन्वोकेशन तो है ही, लेकिन श्रद्धेय ओपी जिंदल का बर्थ एनिवर्सरी भी है, यूनिवर्सिटी का स्थापना दिवस भी है, और उस अवसर पर इस तरह का फंक्शन, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस टू ऑल रिसीविंग गोल्ड मेडल्स एंड डिग्रीज। मैं सोच रहा था कि यह कॉन्वोकेशन दिल्ली में क्यों किया। इसके पहले तो कॉन्वोकेशन यूनिवर्सिटी में हुआ है, मैं यूनिवर्सिटी के कैंपस में कई बार गया। ये 5 स्टार यूनिवर्सिटी लगती है मुझे, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि इस यूनिवर्सिटी ने जो 2006 के बाद प्रगति की है, अबाउट 330 फैकल्टीज, 4,400 स्टूडेंट्स, इसने जो प्रगति की है, इस प्रगति को देखते हुए वास्तव में इसका कॉन्वोकेशन दिल्ली में ही मनाना चाहिए, ताकि पूरे देश को संदेश जाए कि शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में कोई संस्था अगर होनी चाहिए एक्सेलेंट, जो आज 21वीं शताब्दी में जिस तरह की संस्था की आवश्यकता है, और वो भी प्राइवेट सेक्टर में। जिंदल जी मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट तो रहे ही हैं, लेकिन ये औद्योगिक क्षेत्र में है, बिजनेस करते हैं, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ उन्होंने एक बहुत अच्छी नींव इस यूनिवर्सिटी को पलपा के आगे बढ़ा के पुष्पित और प्रफुल्लित करके एक बहुत अच्छा अवधारण शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में दिया है। केंद्र सरकार ने योजना बनाई है कि पूरे देश में जो 20 यूनिवर्सिटी का सिलेक्शन करेंगे, उनको ऑटोनॉमी देंगे। 10 यूनिवर्सिटी प्राइवेट होंगी, 10 यूनिवर्सिटी सेंटर की होंगी। इस यूनिवर्सिटी ने ऑटोनॉमी का दर्जा भी प्राप्त किया है, ये बहुत प्रसन्नता की बात है। 100 करोड़ की अतिरिक्त ग्रांट इनको मिलेगी। और ये सब बातें कहते हुए मुझे हरियाणा का गवर्नर होने के नाते, क्योंकि मैं यूनिवर्सिटी का विजिटर हूँ, मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है। मैं सभी को इस अवसर पर इस प्रगति के लिए शुभकामनाएं देना चाहता हूँ। एक संदेश उनके लिए है जिन्होंने आज डिग्री प्राप्त की है, उपाधि प्राप्त की है। कॉन्वोकेशन यानी दीक्षांत समारोह होता है, आपको दीक्षा दी जा रही है, लेकिन दीक्षा के साथ साथ आपसे अपेक्षा है कि आप देश के बारे में भी सोचें, क्योंकि देखिए देश को स्वतंत्रता 1947 में मिली, इतने वर्ष बीत जाने के बाद भी हमारा अपना देश जो नौजवानों का देश है, युवाओं का देश है, महात्मा गांधी के सपने का भारत नहीं बना पाए हैं। जो भाव गीतांजलि में रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर ने अपने देश के लिए व्यक्त किए थे, वैसा देश हम नहीं बना पाए हैं। महात्मा गांधी का सपना था कि हमारे अपने देश के अंदर प्रत्येक गांव स्वावलंबी होगा। अंतिम पंक्ति में खड़ा हुआ व्यक्ति वो अभावग्रस्त नहीं होगा, वो सुखी होगा। उसको ये लगेगा कि ये देश मेरा है, ये सरकार मेरी है। देश में कोई भेदभाव नहीं होगा, जातीयता नहीं होगी, महिला और पुरुष में कोई भेदभाव नहीं होगा। रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर का सपना था कि इन दैट हेवन ऑफ फ्रीडम माई फादर लेट माई कंट्री अवेक, वेयर माइंड इज विदाउट फियर, वेयर हेड इज हेल्ड हाई, वेयर नॉलेज इज फ्री, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where the real stream of reason has not dried away into dreary deserts and of dead habits, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action. Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. To make this type of country, still we are waiting. और ये सब किसके माध्यम से होगा, इसकी तरफ जो हम देश में देखते हैं तो अपने देश में स्वतंत्रता के समय सिर्फ 27 यूनिवर्सिटीज़ थी, आज 819 यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं, लेकिन फिर भी देश के सिर्फ 11% युवा यूनिवर्सिटी तक आ पाते हैं। और इसलिए सबसे ज़्यादा इस देश को स्वामी विवेकानंद के सपनों का देश, रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर के सपनों का देश, महात्मा गांधी के सपनों का देश बनाने के लिए पूरे देश की तरफ देखना है, लेकिन सबसे ज़्यादा आप सबकी तरफ देखना है जो नौजवान यूनिवर्सिटी तक आकर शिक्षा ग्रहण करते हैं। और इसलिए आप जरूर सपनों का भारत जो बनना चाहिए, 21वीं शताब्दी में जिस न्यू इंडिया की कल्पना की है, यहाँ पर गंदगी नहीं होगी, गरीबी नहीं होगी, हिंसा नहीं होगी, भ्रष्टाचार नहीं होगा, जातीयता नहीं होगी, सांप्रदायिकता नहीं होगी, ऐसा समर्थ एक भारत और श्रेष्ठ भारत बनाने का सबसे बड़ा योगदान आप सबसे मैं अपेक्षा करते हैं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, शुभकामनाएं।
Thank you, Honorable Governor. I would now request Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice-President of India, to deliver the Convocation Address.
Honorable Governor of Haryana, Professor Kaptan Singh Solanki ji, Honorable Acting Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, Justice Gita Mittal ji, Chancellor of O.P. Jindal University, Shri Naveen Jindal, Vice Chancellor of O.P. Jindal University, Dr. Kumar, Registrar of O.P. Jindal University, Dr. Y.S.R. Murthy, Professor Singh Bala, Professor O.P. Jindal Global University, students who are all getting graduated today, their parents, distinguished guests who have come to this function, brothers and sisters. मैं सचमुच में मन में बहुत प्रसन्न हूँ। मेरे मन में थोड़ा शंका था, कारण क्या है, पार्लियामेंट चल रहे, कुछ काम भी कर रहे, मगर जब हमने कॉन्वोकेशन के बारे में निर्णय दिया उस समय शेड्यूल मालूम नहीं था। ऐसा हो गया पार्लियामेंट शुरू में काम नहीं कर पाया। अभी लास्ट 3 days है, इसलिए जैसा स्टूडेंट्स नॉर्मली हु डोंट प्रिपेयर दे ट्राई टू मेक इट अप इन द लास्ट डेज, ऐसा तो द पार्लियामेंट स्टार्टेड पासिंग बिल्स सिंस yesterday. So I was, on one side, I was getting elated, the house is on, work is on, but at the same time I was a little worried because the parliament may go on up to 8, 9 because they have to complete the incomplete work, and then what will happen to the convocation. And incidentally, I don't have a deputy also. The deputy chairman selection also is due for a day of tomorrow. So, but today suddenly some members got the mood, they came to the well, and I adjourned the house. Parliament is a temple of democracy. We must utilize that institution to fulfill the aspiration of India, people. In the Parliament, I always tell them also, please maintain discipline, decorum, dignity. And then you want to argue, no problem. Debate, discuss, and decide, but do not disrupt. Then I also tell them, you want to make your point, make. You want to protest, first talk out, then walk out. No breakout. Otherwise, democracy will be all out. And second thing is, we're in democracy, you have got every right to oppose. So let the government propose, opposition oppose, and the House dispose. House means Parliament. The opposition must have its say because they are opposition, and the government must have its way at the end of the day. This is the spirit of democracy, and everyone has to understand. I feel sorry when certain things happen in Parliament and the Parliament members shout like ordinary people inside the House. I remember late Rajagopalachari, one of the most intelligent persons of the country, whom even Britishers used to be afraid. They used to respect Gandhiji, Nehruji and all, but they are afraid of Rajaji, because Rajaji is more intelligent than those fellows at that time. So he said, cryptic comment he made, if you are not well on the facts, go to the well of the House. That should not be done at all. My young friends, it gives me immense pleasure to be part of the convocation ceremony of Jindal Global University that is making a name for itself as a center of excellence in social sciences and humanities. Convocations are important occasions for the graduating students as they mark the culmination of their handwork, hard work, and the beginning of a new chapter to pursue their dreams. I convey my best wishes to all the graduating students. I would also like to congratulate their parents and the faculty of this university. I was particularly feeling very happy, elated, when I was asked to present gold medals and awards. I could find girl after girl. They're all coming here. I was just telling the Chief Justice, this is the need of the hour. This is the transformation that has to take place. Women must get their due. But you have seen, if you provide them a level playing field, they will excel and they will outbeat the men. But unfortunately, we have not paid enough attention to girl child's education. The government, of course, has started recently Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, Beti Badhao. And also some people say, when they don't allow the woman to have their say, they say, sir, ये तो इनको मालूम है, क्या मालूम है? आपको क्या मालूम है? जब आप पार्लियामेंट आया, अब सब सीख के आया क्या? If you give them an opportunity, then they will also excel. And you saw the example today. The confidence among the girls. I could see the children. I was feeling really, really very happy and reassured about the country's future. कुछ लोग अभी पॉलिटिशियंस में तो महिला आरक्षण के बारे में चर्चा हो रहा है, मैं इसमें ज़्यादा जाना नहीं चाहता हूँ. अभी मैं पॉलिटिक्स में नहीं हूँ. आई एम रिटायर्ड फ्रॉम पॉलिटिक्स बट नॉट टायर्ड फ्रॉम पब्लिक लाइफ. कहते सर महिला को देने से क्या होगा? अब देखिए पंचायत में आपने आरक्षण दिया, क्या हो रहा है? मैंने कहा क्या हो रहा है? ना सर, पंचायत में आपने उनको सरपंच बनाया मगर सरपंच पति आके बैठ रहे. मैंने कहा शुरू में हो गया है जी ऐसा, थोड़ा मौका देके देखो, बाद में पति का गति क्या होगा आपको समझ में आएगा. Without giving an opportunity, how do you come to the conclusion? And then some people say, this is our history, sir, this is our civilization. No, wrong. Maitreyi, Gargeyi, they used to recite Vedas those days. and you take the names of the rivers in India, Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, Mahanadi, Narmada, Tapati, Mahendra Tanaya, all named after women. And even if you take goddesses, Saraswati Devi, Shiksha Mantri, Parvati Devi, Raksha Mantri, Lakshmi Devi, Finance Minister. That was the system, that's a belief. If you believe in the Puranas, that's the respect women used to get. So my appeal to the countrymen and also men is let us promote girl-child's education in a big way, allow them to also come up and compete. When I was appreciating the girls, expressing my happiness, Madam Justice was telling, sir, they will only allow up to this level, not beyond. No, ma'am. Now the situation is changing. People are all now aware of the aspirations of the younger generation, particularly women. They also realize the potential of women empowerment. And we have seen also, if an opportunity is given, they will also excel. I hope in the future, more and more importance and encouragement will be given to the girl child and an opportunity is provided to them. They will perform better because they have no tension, only attention towards the subject. The boys, they have other attentions also. My young friends, the academic foundation rated to O.P. Jindal Global University will equip your young minds to go out into the real world and bring glory to India. Earlier, people after graduation, post-graduation used to look towards West. Now I can tell you, there is no need to go to West. India is the best. India, once upon a time, was known as Viswaguru. Nalanda, Takshashila universities. Children from across the globe, they used to come here and study. Then, we also have produced such brilliant minds. You go to states, you find a lot of multinational companies. Most of them are headed by Indians. Recently, there was a discussion, American president may impose restrictions on H-1B visa. I privately told individuals, I am saying it publicly, don't worry. They were worried, sir, kya hoga, hamara itna log hai. I said, nothing to worry. If they do it really, America will become poorer. Because the knowledge, the support we are extending to the global community is immense. Friends, now also if some of you want to go abroad, I have no problem. But my advice to you youngsters is go, learn, yearn, and return. You must come back and serve your motherland. You are born here. This country, this society, these universities, these colleges, they have given you a helping hand. So you should remember your motherland. At the end of the day, come back. The people have a habit of going to America and then sending photos to grandmother, grandfather. Grandmother, see, I have purchased a car, new car. Then I see my dress, see my bungalow. It's like wearing a suit, boot, hat, coat in a bathroom and seeing yourself in a mirror, sending a photo. You must come and show your advancement to your parents and grandparents. They will feel immensely happy. And also, you must also take care of the rest of the society. Because Indian philosophy, ancient Hindu philosophy is share and care. Share and care. Vasudaika kutumbam sarve jana sukhino bhavantu. Everybody should flourish. That's the philosophy of India. That's how Om Prakash Jindal ji, why should he start a university? As if there is no other business than this. He wanted to really do share and care. That's why he has established this university. And her son, Naveen Jindal, is pursuing and also now has brought the university to this level and provided an opportunity to all of you. So what I suggest is wherever I am going to Nowadays, I am going around because earlier I was 24/7 active politician, minister, party functionary. Now I am out of that. So I have decided to reach 4 sections. One, go to universities, meet youngsters, know their aspirations, and guide them and motivate them. So far in the last 11 months, I have completed 55 universities. Today is the 56th university. The second one is I'm visiting number of research labs, scientific research labs, because research is for betterment of the human race. So I have visited research labs in Andaman, research labs in Arunachal, research labs in Jammu Kashmir, research labs in Kochi, going around the country, meeting, greeting the scientists who are doing a great job trying to understand what is happening, and also impressing on them lab to land. That's what is required now. The third thing I am doing is interacting with the farmers. Farmers who are providing us food, who have provided us food security, striving hard in spite of agriculture becoming an unremunerative thing. Agriculture is our basic culture. We have to preserve that culture. So that's why I'm also focusing on farmers. And then the other one is culture. Indian culture, Indian tradition, Indian values, Indian ethics, they are great. From times immemorial, our forefathers, they lived and they set up so many examples and standards before us, humanity. Friends, ours is a world civilization. Babylonian civilization, Roman civilization, Greek civilization, Athens civilization, Egypt civilization. Oh, there are other great civilizations, I don't deny. But where are they? Indian civilization is still thriving in spite of colonial rule. Foreigners came, they ruled us, ruined us, cheated us, looted us also. In spite of that, we are able to thrive because we believe in Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. And we don't have the history of conquering any country. India never attacked any country. India, for information, before the invaders came here, Indian GDP was 27% of the world GDP. Entire world, global GDP, 27% was from India. We used to call the Gupta's period golden age, Swarna Yuga. But show me any instance of India attacking any country. Small countries, Tam, Dick and Harry came and attacked us. That is the civilization of India. And we must preserve that civilization. Indian civilization, ancient civilization, the values, the respect for elders, respect for parents, respect for the teacher, respect for the fellow human beings, respect for the other creatures of the nation should be protected and preserved and honored. What is happening here and there in the country is really disturbing. We should not allow that aberrations to take place, diversion to take place. We should focus our attention on the welfare of all people. Treat all of us as all part of family. People will talk about, we say Jai Hind. We say Bharat Mata Ko Jai. We talk about nationalism. What does nationalism means? Or Bharat Mata means Bharata Mata is not a Chitrapata photo where you garland and then pay respect. Bharata Mata means all 130 crore people, irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion and region. India is one country, one people. We must develop that approach. And we must always be concerned about the fellow human beings. That's the culture. I am not talking about religion. Religion is personal. It's a way of worship. Be a Muslim, Christian, Hindu, Jain, Saiva, Vaishnavite, or any, you can pray. There is no dearth of gods in this country. So many people are there. You can also think about Aham Brahmasya. You can call yourself also as a god. No problem at all. The society accepts it. So we have to really think in terms of loving. For that, what is required is love and live with the nature. Nature has given us all the comfort, but unfortunately, we have played with the nature. That's why now you have the problems of climate change, you have problems of so many things, pollution, we have problems of shortage, problems of untimely rains, problems of not having rains, all these things. So we have to again go back and then love the nature and live with the nature. Nature, culture, combined for better future. That's my advice to all the youngsters. We must build up a strong moral compass. You will not get swayed away or compromise on integrity. Education must bring out the best in the man and enable the holistic development of an individual. Education is not only for jobs. Education is for enlightenment. Education is for empowerment. Education is for enhancement of our knowledge. That's what the university should do. We should not become only shops producing degrees. The education must also give you the enough knowledge, and then also must provide opportunities and give skills. Skill development is the latest addition to our educational curriculum. That's the need of the hour, because fortunately, we have 65% of the Indian population below 35 years. We have a demographic dividend. It's an opportunity, but also a challenge. You have to meet the aspirations of those youngsters. For that, the educational course systems should also be reoriented, and also the governments also must focus more on skill upgradation. There are inherent skills in this country. In the taddy tapper, in the weaver, in the fisherman, in the goldsmith, in the blacksmith. Everyone has got some talent or other. You have to encourage, identify and give encouragement to such talents. That is the need of the hour. Education should not be only academic, but also livelihood opportunities and challenges, how to face them. A student coming out of the university must become a citizen who is able to face the challenges and utilize the opportunities and take the name and fame of the country to which he belongs to. That's why I say 5 things to be remembered by one and all. One, first is mother. Should never forget mother. You may get doubt, mother means only mother. No, mother also means father also. Women, W-O-M-E-N. So man is there. Remember mother, who has given you the beautiful birth. Second is the Janma Bhumi, the native place where you are born. Should never forget your native place. 3, mother tongue. The language that has come from your mother's womb, you should never ignore it, never leave it. Learning English is okay, but at the same time, you should learn, you should practice your mother tongue, the Haryanvi. If you are a Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayali, Marathi, Punjabi, Assami, Bhojpuri, Dogri, Kashmiri, any language, if you are born in that family, you must practice and you must talk to each other in your mother tongue only. Outside, you can talk with any language. Friends, I have been receiving foreign dignitaries in the recent past. Earlier also I used to attend some of the Prime Minister's functions where the French President, Russian President, or the Chinese President, or the France President, or Belarus, or Iranian, everybody comes here. And they used to speak in their mother tongue, and there used to be a translator sitting between the Prime Minister and that visiting leader. I asked Sushma Swaraj, why? या इन लोगों को अंग्रेजी मालूम नहीं है क्या? तो सुषमा जी ने कहा नहीं सबको अंग्रेजी मालूम है मगर वो अंग्रेजी बोलते नहीं, अपना मातृभाषा में बोलना वो पसंद करते हैं और इसका तर्जुमा होता है. भाषा और भावना एक साथ चलता है. You will be able to articulate better your expressions in your mother tongue. So and then it's beautiful. It's a simple thing. Simple thing. You Amma, you call your mother. Amma, अंतराल से आता है. You say मम्मी, यहाँ से आता है. रात को एक बार घर जाके practice करिए. How beautiful it is. Amma, Ammi, and Mummy, Mommy. That is the difference. And then I want to see a day when all education, basic education is in Indian languages. And then learn English, learn French, learn Russian, I have no problem. First, practice mother tongue. Mother tongue is like your eyes. Other language is like your chashma. If you have eyesight, then chashma will work. If you don't have eyesight, no sight. It may look odd to you, where a Vice-President of India is saying all of us, we are all university students, PhD karne wale hain hum log. Kaisa? If you make practice, it will. I have recently introduced for information in Rajya Sabha, I said you can use any of the 22 languages. There will be simultaneous translation. Members are very happy. This is what our founding fathers have envisaged. This is what Ram Manohar Lohia, Dindal Upadhyaya, all great stalwarts, they felt that we should encourage Indian languages. And then other language, definitely one should learn other languages also, as many languages as possible. There is no problem at all. I would like to focus on the famous words of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, who said, I quote, an education which does not teach us to discriminate between good and bad, to assimilate the one and eschew the other, is a misnomer. When India was under colonial rule, father of the nation also said, education should be so revolutionized as to answer the wants of the poorest, the villager, instead of answering those of an imperial exploiter. Education is the bedrock on which depends the progress of a nation and its people. In the present era of globalization, we are living in an era of LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. If you use LPG properly, you can cook food, you can also drive motor. If you mishandle LPG, what will happen, you all know. So we are living in a global village. We must equip ourselves with the best knowledge and best practices. Nothing wrong in knowing from others. Knowing from others. But at the same time, we should never forget our roots. That's why I say mother, native place, mother tongue, motherland, the country which has given you beautiful birth. And finally, the Guru. You should never, never forget your Guru. Guru is very important because you may have Google, you may have so much new technology, IT, but Google can never replace Guru. Please understand this, Guru is supermost. So remember these 5 things. And then we must also aim high, work hard. Just aiming and dreaming alone will not suffice. Dr. Kalam has said, dream high. Okay, dream high, aim high, work hard. If you work hard, and then you can reach any position. You see the example of Dr. Kalam, he was a newspaper vendor. You see the example of Indian Prime Minister Sri Narendra Bhai Modi, who was a tea vendor. Today, he has become the Prime Minister of a most powerful nation in the world, and world is now recognizing and respecting India. So, my youngsters, I would request you all, aim high, work hard, and do your duty. What is Deshabhakti? Everybody doing their duty is a Deshabhakti. This is my interpretation. Simple. Simple interpretation is if everybody does their duty, then you are the real patriot, you are real nationalist. Please remember this. Time has come to India to rediscover its potential, to become once again the global hub of knowledge and innovation. We need to build the right ecosystem for academic excellence to thrive by revamping our education system. Merely adding glossy buildings with good facades and setting up more universities is not enough. We have to reorient the education system in accordance with the changing needs and enable the students to fearlessly face and overcome unexpected new challenges. For this to happen, our institutions of higher learning must revamp their methods of teaching, give up a business as usual approach, and create rigorous academic standards. India is a young nation today, as I told you. We have the demographic advantage. We need to convert the vast human capital into national wealth creators by imparting the right education, knowledge, and skills to the youth. That's why new theme, new ideology has come. Now innovation, incubation, startup, stand-up. During our days, stand-up means if you go to school late, then teacher used to ask you stand up on the bench. Now startup, stand-up, Janadhana, Aadhaar, DBT, all these new ideas, online. Online is the main line now. Otherwise, we will be in line all the time. We must come out of it by ease of doing business, coming with new innovative ideas, and also try to learn from others without forgetting what is yours. India is the fastest growing economy today, my young friends, and the opportunities to all of you would be abundant in different fields. India will become super economic power in the coming few years. This is not what Venkaiah Naidu, Vice-President of India, is saying, or the Prime Minister Modi is saying. This is what the World Bank is saying, what the World Economic Forum is saying, this is what the ADB is saying, this is what the Moody ratings, not Modi ratings, Moody ratings also are saying, that India has the potential. I was Minister for Urban Development before I relinquished that post and came here as the Vice President. Ambassador after ambassador used to come and meet me and say, sir, we are all interested in doing business in India, we want to invest in India. There's a competition in the smart cities, Amrut cities, housing for all. Every program people want to, because now we have opened up. FDI is open. You have a public-private partnership. I want to stress on that. This private people also can do wonders. O.P. Jindal University is one that shining example. Gone are the days leaving everything to government. No, the society must also participate. The private sector also must participate in a big way in education, in health, in everything. When we are allowing foreigners to come and invest here, FDI, what is the problem of allowing Indian people? We must allow Indian people. That's why the public-private partnership, PPP, is the model now. And there is a lot of interest shown by all. You must encourage them. Of course, there has to be regulation. But the regulation should not become a strangulation. It should be only regulation. Regulation is needed for anybody. Some people say we are a democratic country, have the freedom. Freedom? Your freedom also comes along with your responsibilities. We all go out of Nehru Stadium, outside, and then freedom. And you want to go this side, the other man want to come this side. And both of you say, it's my right. And then use your might. And then you will reach there only and meet there only. So some amount of a traffic regulation. Simple. I always try to explain people in a simple terms. So regulation is necessary. And even in education institutions also, discipline, standards, all these things somebody has to oversee. You have NAC, you have UGC, you have AICT, you have other things and all. But at the same time, there should be facilitators. Facilitators, because we want to harness the talent that is available. Gone are the days that the government should do everything. सब काम सरकार करेगा, हम बेकार बैठे तो चलेगा, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. We should also involve ourselves. The Swachh Bharat, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Beti Badhao, or per crop, per drop, per crop, all these are becoming slowly popular people's movement. मुझे याद आ रहा है जब वो स्वच्छ भारत का स्कीम लागू किया तो प्रधानमंत्री ने मुझे बताया, वेंकैया जी, ये सरकारी कार्यक्रम नहीं होना चाहिए और राजनीतिक कार्यक्रम नहीं होना चाहिए. मुझे मन में अनुमान आया, सरकार नहीं है, राजनीतिक नहीं, तो फिर है क्या? तो प्रधानमंत्री ने तुरंत बताया, इसको एक जन आंदोलन का रूप देना चाहिए. Yesterday, the World Bank has acknowledged the massive Clean India program that is happening in India. And in their report, they have appreciated us. 8 crore toilets have been constructed. So this is not for somebody. This is for all of us, for our own welfare, because health is wealth. If you have health, you can acquire wealth. If you have wealth, there is no guarantee you can have health. If you have diabetic and you have a lot of money, you can't eat sweets. Nathu sweets or Bengali sweets. You can't. So health is very important. With the changing lifestyles of youngsters, we have to focus on our physical activity, exercise, cycling, yoga. Yoga is not a religious activity, it's part of old Indian art. 64 arts are there, yoga is one. And we should all take to yoga. Someone told me, sir, I have problem in doing Surya Namaskara. I said, do Chandra Namaskara if you have a problem for Surya Namaskara. Namaskara is our samskara. What is your problem? Do some exercise. Otherwise, lifestyles with these new food habits that are coming up. No physical activity at all. Our food is time-tested. Indian food is time-tested. Your idli, your dosa, your sambar has no competition in the world. Everywhere. The pizzas and burgers might have come, but they have temporary effect. And you have seen the recent studies of increase in the incidence of cancer. Why? because of lifestyle changes and food habits. Junked food and stored food we are eating. You may say, you think our Vice President is talking about all these things. Yes, they are very vital for a healthy society. So we have such a good food now, South Indian food, North Indian food, Kashmiri food. You have such a beautiful dishes in every part of the country, such a course that is available to you. And then we are running behind saying that chicken Manchuria, Bulgaria, Somalia. What is this? We have our own brands. We should encourage them because it is time-tested. Thousands of years your forefathers have lived, loved, tested and gave it to you. Whatever our old generation people have said, there is something scientific research that was done by their life. So please remember this. We must all channelize your knowledge, skills and energies in the right direction to achieve your dreams and contribute to the country's development. As you move to pursue your goals, life will not be a bed of roses. There will be obstacles, setbacks and tough situations. You will encounter testing times, but nothing should deter or spur you from reaching your goals. Unperturbed, you must continue on your path with complete dedication and determination. Remember that there is no substitute for hard work. Everything has to be selected or elected on the basis of 4 C's. What is the 4 C's? Character, caliber, capacity and conduct. But some people, some politicians are trying to substitute it with the other 4 C's like caste, community, cash and criminality. What is required is the original 4 C's: character, caliber, capacity and conduct. You must promote such things and you must also try to compete in the same. Friends, the quality of higher education contributes to the economic and human development of a nation. As India embarks on its journey to become a prosperous middle-income country, I have little doubt that innovative, futuristic universities will be the drivers of the huge transformation. The PM has given a 3-line advice. He said, reform, perform, and transform. Transform the nation. Transform the nation means transform the lives of the people. That is where the university should provide the knowledge, the guidance. I am sure institutions like YP Jindal Global University will fulfill expectations of raising the quality of learning and research that benefits India's rise as a major world power. It's really a sad commentary in our education system. Our Indian universities are not in the first 100 universities in the world. We must all do soul searching and find out the reasons and then come out with solutions. The university should become centers of excellence. That should be our motto, and the university ranking over the years have not been featuring even a single Indian university in the list of top 200 ranked institutions in the world. I am deeply conscious of the fact that other developing countries like China have made a vast strides in quality higher education, while India has lagged behind. We need to change this dismal scenario and infuse new values and future-oriented thinking in our universities, particularly by learning from best practices of other universities around the world, which we have leapfrogged in a short duration. Education, particularly higher education, have been a critical component of bringing change in the society. I want to emphasize the word quality because we have seen a number of new universities being created in the last 2 decades to meet the quantity of our youth bulge. However, it is sad that there has been no dramatic rise in the quality of teaching and research that could propel India. The other universities, I hope, will see the performance of Jindal University, get the inspiration. Why this felicitation for the children? Felicitation is to give inspiration to others. That's why they were called onto the dais and they were honored with medals presented by the Vice President of India. Because honoring the merit, recognizing the merit is the part of Indian culture. And giving, felicitating them, felicitation is for inspiration to others. The others also should try to follow, and we must all work together to make our universities as a strong, stable academic centers of excellence. The burden of this expectation of improving our universities falls on all of us, particularly various government ministries in charge of higher education, academicians, and even the private sector. In order to create world-class universities, we must draw from experience around the world. And a mere glance of top public ranking and private universities around the world makes it apparent that the non-profit system is one effective way to ensure excellence in teaching, research, and capacity building. Education by private sector should be treated like a mission. Ambition is okay, but you should work like a mission. Should not think about commission, and do not indulge in any remission, or not commit any omission also. You should have the real missionary spirit, then only you will be able to contribute to the standards. I'm happy that the O.P. Jindal University's track record shows that they are focusing on the enhancement of knowledge, and they are really doing service to the society. Friends, India today occupies a strategic position in global trade and economy. Question is how to create more value in our production of knowledge and human capital. So I would like to tell all of you that knowledge is essential. And you need to have knowledge even from outside. Foreign faculty, no problem at all. Our own people working abroad, they are also willing to come back if provided opportunities are given. So we need to create a conducive intellectual environment for highly qualified Indians working overseas to come back and work in our universities. I wish to congratulate the Chancellor of this university, Shri Naveen Jindal, whom I know him as a parliamentarian with innovative ideas and dynamism, for ensuring that quality, research and academic excellence are the cornerstones of this institution. To the faculty members of the university, you are the main force behind the professional success and moral integrity of these graduating students. Congratulations to the professors for changing the lives of these graduating students. Let me conclude by congratulating once again the graduating students. Remember that India and the world is awaiting for you to make a valuable contribution to public well-being. No matter which profession you take up after graduating, always keep high moral values. Remember that you are an Indian, and then try to keep the Indian flag top. All the best to all of you, my young friends. I'm happy that I was able to come here on time and then perform the responsibility which I accepted. Temporary thanks to the disruption. Otherwise, there would have been a problem also. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Vice President, for a lively address. I would now request Professor Y.S.R. Murthy, Registrar, O.P. Jindal Global University, to propose a vote of thanks.
Distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais, faculty members, students from the graduating batch of 2018, their parents and relatives, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the O.P. Jindal Global University, I wish to express our deep gratitude to Honorable Vice-President of India for gracing our convocation ceremony and blessing the students. The Parliament is currently in session, and you can easily imagine numerous demands on his time as Chairman Rajya Sabha, the upper house. His august presence at this function clearly demonstrates his outstanding commitment to the cause of higher education. His profound, erudite, at the same time witty address has left a deep impact on everyone present here. His inspiring words to our graduating students will motivate them to excel in their chosen careers and work towards nation building. Dear sir, we wish to profusely thank you for being the chief guest at our convocation ceremony and for your thought-provoking address to the members of JGU community. The Honorable Governor Haryana, Professor Kaptan Singh Solanki, has been a great source of inspiration, support, and encouragement to O.P. Jindal Global University. In our efforts over the past 5 years, we thank him for delivering the visitor's address and for his august presence at today's function. I wish to thank Honorable Acting Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, Ms. Justice Gita Mittal, who has been a role model for all law practitioners as well as law students, for gracing the convocation ceremony and for blessing our students. I wish to congratulate all students who are going to receive their degrees, and in particular, those who have received medals for academic distinction and outstanding leadership. I also would like to wish their parents, family members, and all well-wishers who are present here to witness this ceremony. JGU will fondly remember you and cherish your memory. I know that there are many sitting judges from Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Allahabad, and other high courts, former Union Minister for Law and Justice, Mr. Shanti Bhushan, and many high-ranking civil servants among the parents and other relatives who are present here. It is humanly impossible to acknowledge each one of them individually, but I wish to say one thing. You have been a part of the JGU family and will remain so in the coming years. We remember fondly our liberal arts faculty member, Professor Andrew Hay, who succumbed to brain tumor after a valiant fight a few months back. We also remember LLM student R. Manoj, who died in an accident a couple of months back while trekking, and pay rich tributes to them on this occasion. I wish to thank all distinguished guests, including Madam Savitri Jindal, Mrs. Shallu Jindal, and other members of the Jindal family, members of the JGU governing body, faculty members and their spouses, ambassadors and other diplomats, senior officials of the Government of Haryana as well as Government of India, vice chancellors and registrars of various universities, representatives of the print and electronic media for participating in this convocation ceremony. In particular, I wish to acknowledge the presence of former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Farooq Abdullah, who is present in our midst today. I wish to thank our Honorable Chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal, for his solid support and guidance in the past 9 years, and the dynamic Vice Chancellor, Professor Kumar, for his immense contribution to institution building. I wish to thank all faculty members and all deans dealing with academic affairs who strove very hard in the past few months, heads of all administrative departments, and in particular, the examinations, communications, events, sports, infrastructure, HR, security, U-Hall, food, and also executive officers of various schools, and Vice Chancellor's office, my own Registrar's office, student council representatives, student volunteers who worked very hard for making the 7th Convocation ceremony a grand success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem. The chief guest, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice-President of India, and the guest of honor, Governor Kaptan Singh Solanki, must leave the venue for their next engagements. Please be seated, and the ceremony will continue. All right, please be seated. Everybody, please be seated. Faculty included. Right. We will now continue the ceremony with speeches by students of each program. I would now invite Vasudha Ahuja, Vijil Venugopal, Atharva Chaitanya Deshmukh, Vishali Gautam, and Srivatsan Manivanan Q to come to the stage. Yes. And a bit of a preview for what we'll be seeing later today, tonight, we will also be releasing our strategic report, which will be laying out a vision for the next 10 years of growth for the university. When you visit our university, for our students who have and our parents who have as well, it's fairly amazing to think about that only 9 years previously, there was very little there. And to think that we've grown from only 100 students in the law school all the way to our graduates today is an immense accomplishment. And so today we will be releasing the strategic report where we'll be laying out the vision for the next 10 years of our university. But enough about that. Let me please, students, please come to the stage.
Good evening, everybody, especially to our honorable guests, to our respected Vice-Chancellor, Dean of JGLS, Professor Kumar, Professor Murthy, our esteemed professors, parents, and my fellow graduating batchmates. I am Vasudha Ahuja, and I'm speaking on behalf of the law school. Our experiences at Jindal may be described as a celebration of a chance taken for a challenge that lies ahead. JGU has evolved in less than a decade as a leading law school of the country, thanks to the vision and gravitas of our VC, driven by his dynamism, energy, and international stature. Today, JGU provides us a platform to launch ourselves among the leading legal brains of tomorrow. Initially, it was daunting to confine ourselves to acres of rural land among complete strangers. But the journey, filled with huge learning and personal growth, has opened the doors to immense opportunities because of JGU's global outlook, world-class faculty, infrastructure, and facilities. The flexibility of deeper engagement with law and society through elective subjects, research, teaching assistantships, paired with Bollywood Night, Biswa Mill, and several sporting events has taught us the art of balancing the grind with the gratification. We have had a chance to build relationships and create networks of a unique fraternity, which will individually and collectively define and drive the social, economic, and legal fabric of the nation. We've also had experiences on the international stage through summer programs at Harvard, Columbia, Oxford, just to name a few. And some of us even spent a semester abroad at leading universities across the globe. However, the icing on the cake was a Willem C. Wismut on international commercial arbitration last year. It was a great honor to represent the university and the country to bring laurels by being the global runners-up at Vienna, competing with over 300 law schools. Now, as we near the culmination of our journey at Jindal, I feel confident saying that this is certainly not the end. In fact, this is just the beginning. Whether we go forward to practice law or not, we will always carry the skills of deep analysis and logical deduction. We will always be grateful for the stamina and creativity we built in our years at JGU. So, dear friends, before we receive the tangible acknowledgement of our toil and accomplishments here, we have time for just one more moment of law school. A last lesson from our alma mater is this: use your powers of imagination with your powers of analysis. Now, our professors might agree that as law students, we can be pretty imaginative when it comes to, finding reasons to reduce the syllabus, postpone the deadline. It's the same skill that is needed for us to enlarge the pie rather than to divide it, be it during a business deal or settling a divorce case. And now, to end on a humorous note, as we graduate, we must remember to thank those who got us here. Google, Wikipedia, caffeine, our seniors' materials, Indian Qanoon, and the ever-reliable copy-paste feature on our laptops. After all, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what you've got. What matters is what you do with what you've got. Thank you, JGU.
I would like to ask everybody to please return to the venue and be seated. It is profoundly disrespectful to the student speakers to leave during this time. Please return. Thank you.
Good evening. On behalf of the graduating batch of the Jindal School of International Affairs, allow me to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our Chancellor, our Vice-Chancellor, the Registrar, the Dean of the School of International Affairs, all the faculty members and the staff of OP Jindal Global University and the Jindal School of International Affairs for their vision and their efforts. Let me also take a moment to thank all our parents for their invaluable role in our journey. Over the last few days, I thought long and hard about what I would say today. But considering that there is a high probability of students and some of my closest friends falling asleep as I speak, I thought I'd do things a little differently. I'd like to instead talk about something that is unique to the students graduating today from JSIA. This is no ordinary graduating batch. Among those graduating today, we have the first batch of the BA in Global Affairs at the Jindal School of International Affairs. Ours is a tale of firsts. The first lecture, the first examination, the first UMC, the first election, the first disagreement, the first bad decision, the second bad decision, the third bad decision. But you know where I'm going with this. Through the 3 years that we spent here, we have been able to realize the value of being the first batch. It taught us something about life. We don't need to be the best at what we do, but we just need to be the first. We need to be the first to take the road not taken. We need to be the first that connect the dots, the first to take notice, and the first to pounce at an opportunity. You just need to believe in yourself enough to know that somehow, somewhere, the dots will connect. And that belief does not come easy. You need something or someone to believe in. And that is what JSIA gave us. And for that, we are eternally grateful. Somewhere, somehow, between the heartwarming faculty of JSIA and Ms. Swarnima's Kuch Nahi Hoga Beta approach, we found the ability to take life by the collar. And that's what makes us stand out. We see our friends from other courses going through university with a clear goal in mind, professionally and personally, but not us. It's not that we didn't have a goal. It's just that we were too focused on the process to take notice of what the goal was beginning to look like. Allow me to end on a personal note. I spent a semester abroad at Leiden University in the Netherlands. Among other things, I realized that compared to my friends, most of whom were exchange students like me, I was able to adapt to the academic challenge that a well-reputed university like Leiden presented much better. What made the difference was my foundation that had been laid right here at the Jindal School of International Affairs. What I realized is that JSI has given us wings to fly. Now all we have to do is believe in ourselves and jump. In 2015, when I was pondering over which university I would go to, I chose JGU because the university was just like me. Young, excited, curious, determined to do something different, but above all else, it was a university that was trying to find itself and define its identity. So was I. 3 years later, I stand before you as someone who has found himself somewhere along the same path that the university has found itself. So, my fellow batchmates, here we are. Well, most of us are. We don't know what the next step is. Some of us do, some of us don't. And who knows where life takes us next. But what we do know is that wherever it takes us, we might just be the first ones to get there. And there is nothing as hauntingly beautiful as that. On behalf of the graduating batch of JSIA, this is Atharva Deshmukh signing off. Thank you.
So, good evening, everyone, and respected dignitaries on and off the dais, Justice Gita, Mittal, and Professor C. Kumar, our founding Chancellor, Shri Naveen, Jindal, Y.S.R. Murthy, sir, and Professor Sean Bala. I wanted to start this talk a bit differently because whenever I came for a convocation speech, I start hearing, this is the end, and there we are, here we are going. Okay, so I wanted to tell everyone that, like, this is not the end. So this is just a beginning. To start off with, like when I came in to do my MBA, so myself, Vigil, and I'm talking here on behalf of the Jindal Global Business School. And when I came over here, we had people from different cultures. Yeah, I hope this is right. So we had people from different cultures, different area, different sex, and the point is, we were able to gel together very well. And that did not happen over a day. Because nothing is a fairy tale, and everything has got its repercussions. So at this moment, I want every one of you, not only from GGBS, every single student who is sitting over here, to retrospect for a second. Like, we might think that we have done it, we are graduating today, and this is the biggest thing we have ever done. It's a big deal, I agree. But just close your eyes and think for those who are sitting right next to you, your parents, who has been seeing you grow all the while and making sure that you are getting the best education possible. And for them, whether you're 14 or 24, whether you're a PhD or a graduate or postgrad, for them, you are still their child. So I think it's the parents in this house who are the real champions today, that we are graduating and we are standing here as a graduate today before them. And to point out certain things from what we had in our campus, I was just trying to identify what would I miss the most. And sadly, it was the JGU Wi-Fi. I mean, though we've been complaining about it every now and then to our Vice Chancellor, we've been missing that a lot for the last 2 months. And to talk about something else is, what do I remember when I leave the campus? Yes, I do remember all the energy drinks which we had in Amul, more than the subjects I learned. Because pulling all-nighters was a thing for everyone, because we had endless PPTs and we kept on ranting about the free riders in our group. Yes, it happens. And then JGU taught us how to relate a place emotionally with food. Yes, that includes the aloo tikki burger with cheese and the spring rolls from Amul, which we get. I think the pronunciation is right and people know it. And waiting where the Koturi has got a biryani stall for every biswa meal. And that too, we have to find the confirmation in between the poems sent by the admin. The poem, if everyone remembers. And adding on the Sandeep Bhaiya's coffee, or even the ever-hyped chole bhature on Sunday. And I've just marked out something, so I didn't want to miss out anything. The late-night walks, the waiting for summer and winter merchandise to arrive. Have they still arrived? I'm still doubtful. The flagpole birthdays, the elections, the bidding war preparations, the deadlines for which we always blamed the laptop crashing. And then to talk on a school-wide, when we came here to do the MBA, we knew that we were not in a Tier 1 or Tier 2B school. But the way our professors helped us, like, the way we were pushed to a lot of adversities and we were asked to see, like, where you stand and where actually the others stand. So I would personally want to thank our Dean, Professor Tapan Panda over here, because my friends are sitting over there in that corner, and we all went through his marketing management classes. He was a professor in IIM Indore as well. He was a director of IIM Indore. So we still cannot solve a single question which was there in the case analysis which was given by him. So we knew that the world is going to be brutal from here on, because college was much better. If you ask me how was work life, I came over here right after my 4 a.m. shift. So the life is going to be brutal. So the only thing I want every one of you to keep in mind is, if you have a will, you'll go ahead, because the survival is only for the fittest. So I want each and every one of you to not only make your parents proud, but now we are a family. You came here as an individual, but now we are living as an entire JGU family, or part of the fraternity. So your duty is to make each and everyone proud. Maybe not now, maybe later, but we are all going to make each other proud, and we are all waiting for that moment. So pull up your socks, roll up your sleeves, and all those fancy words I'm adding over here to make it sound more exciting and more not boring. That's all from my side. Signing off.
Distinguished guests, family members, faculty, and my fellow graduates. It's an honor to be a part of this 7th Convocation ceremony. I am Vaishali Kuttam, here on behalf of the MA Public Policy, class of 2016. The day we joined JGU still feels very fresh in my mind. It only feels like yesterday that we were walking around the academic block, wondering why it was full of glass and steel, wondering why there was a huge but beautiful flag in the middle of the university, and what life had in store for us for the next 2 years. Little did we know that we were in for the best roller coaster ride of our lives. As young public policy enthusiasts, eager to learn how to tackle the challenges faced by the society, and with the hope to make a difference in our hearts, we joined JSGP. Knowing little of who we would become or what we would accomplish, we took to swimming through perspectives in sociology, sliding along the curves in economics, sipping away political philosophy and governance, and getting our hands dirty in research. JGU proved to be a rare and unique space for discussion and debate. It was a land of opportunity for most of us thirsty for knowledge and learning. Our journey felt a lot like how Charles Dickens described in The Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. JSGP and JGU have molded our class not just into young policymakers, but more importantly, into a family and a community with a collective responsibility towards our country and the world. From those who wanted to work to live, we became those who now live to work. Though today is supposed to be a celebration of our graduation, we also need to celebrate the people around us who brought us here. So we stand here grateful and indebted to all those who have been a part of this bittersweet journey with us, without whom we would not have been who we are today. Our Chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal, Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Kumar, our Dean, Professor Sudarshan, parents, faculty, fellow classmates, and the administration. As we arrive at the end of this rare, unique, and meaningful journey, I would dearly miss being amazed at how fast JGU could build and grow, the beautiful sunsets and the green that always surrounded us, hanging out with faculty, but most of all, those who are a part of this journey with us. However, we must remember that this is not the end, but rather a new beginning. Or as Robert Frost would say, the woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Congratulations, class of 2016. Thank you.
Good evening, JGU. Here we are at our graduation ceremony, and there is much to be spoken about, but as a liberal arts student, I have decided to speak outside the yellow box. And you know, the first feeling that you have when you're at graduation is similar to getting a gate pass. First, it's freedom, happiness, and once you're outside and you finally realize that you're unable to get back to campus, the fear, doubt. The same kind of doubt that fills you when you realize that you need to leave one home in order to search for another. Which brings me to this. The roads that lead us home are rarely smooth. Most often, they're like a Haryanvi road. They are treacherous, bumpy, filled with confusion and unexpected turns. So either these 3 years have gone by a little too soon, or maybe they took too long. But as liberal arts students, there is one thing that we were. 40 of us studying the arts in Sonipat, Haryana. It was an experiment to see if we could enter and leave this university as different people. And I believe we have. If anything, we've come to prioritize different things. In these 3 years, we've learned much. What makes us different, however, is what we choose to remember. All this time, we've tried to learn about what wonder is. What is wonder? And for me, if anything, wonder is acknowledging that there are things out there that we don't know. And aren't we experts at that? We are experts in the things we don't know, and I, for one, still don't know the difference between T1 and T3, but I still managed to get to my classes on time. Even if we don't know the way forward, we still know where we want to go. At JSLH, we learned philosophy from a blue bottle and economics from Rasagullas. And as graduate students, I hope we don't leave this place stupider or smarter. It doesn't matter. What I hope and what would matter is if we step out of this place a little kinder, a little more willing to admit that there are differences that we cannot understand. Wonder is understanding that empathy is incomplete, that sometimes we can't understand, that boys don't understand the pain of menstruation, us privileged students don't understand the suffering of a Dalit woman or the struggle of a Kashmiri, but we understand our privilege. I ask that we understand our privilege and the responsibilities that it brings with us. We can be kind to each other. Wonder is inviting the misunderstood into our homes, having it sit for a meal, even if we don't understand the language it speaks. And that is what I leave you with. As graduating students, I don't know who you'll be, I don't know where you're going to be going, but however hard, and it will get hard to accomplish your dreams, if you ever feel like you aren't good enough, I hope you remember this. And if you ever come to question yourself, if your belief wavers, we always have a home on campus. We always have coffee and Maggi with extra masala on green grasses, watching the flag being brought down right before the rain. And I ask that you remember to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and step out of this place as a kinder person, and all will be well. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. May I now request the founding Chancellor of O.P. Jindal Global University, Mr. Naveen Jindal, to deliver the Chancellor's address.
Honorable Justice Gita Mittal, Acting Chief Justice, Delhi High Court, Chairperson of O.P. Jindal Group, Srimati Savitri Jindal, former Law Minister and grandfather of 2 students of O.P. JGU, Shri Shanti Bhushanji, Vice Chancellor Professor Kumar, Registrar Dr. Murthy, Professor Sean Bala, other distinguished guests, students, faculty, family members, and parents of graduating students. I am absolutely delighted to see all of you for the 7th Convocation ceremony of O.P. Jindal Global University. Today is a very special day. It's a day of celebration, of reflection, and most importantly, of gratitude. I know you will be missing out hanging around late evenings near the national flag. Yes, I've heard of the yellow box also. And the memorable nights of Biswa meal. One world is over and another is waiting to begin. It is indeed a very special day for me too, as it's my father's 88th birth anniversary. And we created JGU in his memory. My father has been my inspiration and guiding light in life. He always said that education is the greatest gift that you can give to anyone. As I stand here talking about him, I am remembering him. And I really miss him. I wish he would be here with us today to see the incredible work we have achieved together and to celebrate this special occasion with all of you. So, it's an emotional day for all of you, and it's an emotional day for me. I have been thinking last week what to say to you. What to say to you that would really inspire you, that would guide you, and prepare you for your journey ahead. So today, I will share with you a very personal, very difficult time I have gone through, and I'm going through. How I handled it, how I cope with it, and how it has made me stronger. As you all know, that when I'm not busy as the Chancellor of OPJGU, I am busy as the Chairman of Jindal Steel and Power Limited, JSPL. Growing up, I observed my father, my brothers, setting up steel plants, power plants, and I too was inspired. I too wanted to follow into my father's footsteps. With this determination and a vision of a modern India, we at JSPL grew the company in 1993 from 0.3 million tons to a 10 million ton conglomerate in 2018. And we also generate 5,000 megawatt of electricity. As a group, in the last 15 years, we created economic activity of 3 lakh crores. Yes, 3 lakh crores. And invested more than 70,000 crores in setting up the latest, greatest, state-of-the-art temples of modern India, employing more than 100,000 families. And the last 15 years, paying to the government taxes of more than 36,000 crores. In fact, we are proud of the fact that it was JSPL that set up India's first mega power project in the private sector. It was not Tata or Birla, it was Jindal who did it. With the idea that there should be no power shortage in the country, that each and every home should be well lit. It is this love for country and nation building that defines JSPL and the work we do. In 2010, Boston Consulting Group declared JSPL as the greatest wealth creator in the world in the sector of metals and minerals. For doing all this, for setting up modern temples of India, and wherever we set up plants, we also did set up schools, we set up hospitals, we set up universities, industrial training institutes, and with a passion, not out of some compulsory CSR, but out of passion that God has been so kind to us. This country has given us so much. We must give back more to the society. That all our stakeholders, people living around our plants, must have a better quality of life. And what do we get? In 2014, overnight, all the steel and power assets across India, they lose their fuel source. We at JSPL went from a highly profitable company paying thousands of crores of income tax every year to a hugely loss-making company. And this is the primary reason why you read about NPAs every day. That we have more than 10 lakh crores of NPAs, and half of them, more than 5 lakh crores, you can attribute just to the coal block deallocation. With great difficulty and incredible determination, the team at JSPL was able to turn around and survive, while most others filed for bankruptcy. It doesn't stop here. Post deallocation, several malicious cases were also filed against JSPL. Our integrity, our love for India, and the honest values with which we have always worked were maliciously questioned. I personally felt attacked. I could not understand why my years of absolute dedication to serve and build the India of my dreams was being so viciously humiliated. I felt broken. And in moments, I even lost hope. But then I remembered, my father often told me that the brave dies only once, a coward dies many deaths. We at JSPL have nothing to hide. We have always worked with honesty, transparency, and complete integrity. We are proud of the work we have done and our contribution to nation building. OPJGU too is an example of our contributions we have made among many others. And friends, yet, what I want to share with you is how to stay happy. How to stay happy and focused in very difficult times. Never to give up, but to give your best and leave the rest to God. I firmly believe in the Vedantic philosophy, which says that our present state of happiness must not depend on future events or future achievements. We have to be very happy today, not after we get a job, not after we get admission in another university, but every moment we have to be happy and grateful. So all through this difficult period, I have succeeded. Succeeded in working harder than ever before. Being happier at work, in the gym, on the horseback, in the polo field, and enjoying each and every moment. I have spent more time playing with my canine companion called Chester and catching up with friends and family. I think and I hope that I have become better, more humble, and just a better person. So, dear graduating students, my simple message is that when you face challenges in life, and you will face challenges in your life, face them with a smile. Face tough times by giving it your best. And remember that tough times do not last. Tough people do. I've also drawn inspiration from a quote of Abraham Lincoln, which my advisor in 1990 in University of Texas at Dallas, Mrs. Patty Ashley, she framed it and she gave it to me. I do the best I know how, the very best I can. And I mean to keep on doing it till the very end. If the end brings me out all right, what is said against me will not amount to anything. If the end brings me out all wrong, 10 angels swearing I was right would make no difference. Dear graduating students, it's a very special day. It's a special day of gratitude. So I would request you all to please rise. All the graduating students, please rise. Now please, you can turn back and look at your family, your parents. Please give them a big hand. Please give a very big hand to your family, to your parents. It's their sacrifices which has made this day possible. Thank you. Please sit. Finally, I want to thank Vice Chancellor Professor Kumar and our team of 330 plus highly qualified faculty members who are the real strength of JGU. Let's give them a big hand also. Dear teachers, you are the main force behind the professional success and moral integrity of the graduating students. And dear students, please always treat the JGU alumni tag as a special badge of honor and always keep the JGU flag flying high. You are now our university's ambassadors. As you go out and make wonderful careers and shine in life, I'm sure my Father's blessings will strengthen your character and support you through rough times. May God bless you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Chancellor, for a heartfelt address. And now I will request Ms. Justice Gita Mittal, Honorable Acting Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court, to help us release our strategic vision document. And now I will ask Ms. Justice Gita Mittal to deliver a special address.
Shri Naveen Jindal, Chancellor O.P. Jindal Global University, Vice Chancellor Shri Kumar, Ms. Dr. Y.S.R. Murthy, Registrar, Professor Sean Bala, brother judges from other high courts, Mrs. Savitri Jindal, Mrs. Shalu Jindal, Mr. Shanti Bhushan, Jayant Bhushan, other distinguished guests, faculty, parents, dear students who are graduating from the Business School, the School of International Affairs, School of Law, Liberal Arts and Public Policy. It is truly a great pleasure to address the 7th Convocation ceremony of the O.P. Jindal Global University. And at the outset, I congratulate each one of the graduating students who will be embarking on their professional journeys from today. More importantly, congratulations need to be extended to the parents of the graduates who must be feeling such a sense of pride and sheer joy in what your child has achieved. So my heartiest congratulations to every parent, grandparent, uncle and aunt in this room. You, the graduating students, are extremely lucky for several reasons. It has been a long evening for you, and I'm sure you're not prepared to hear a long, drawn lecture. So I will, with expertise in nothing else but law, I am not at all placed to address the learned learnings of the School of Business Affairs, International Affairs, Liberal Arts or Public Policy. But I would really fail in my duty if I did not speak to you at all. Of course, you're lucky for not only graduating today, but graduating from one of India's youngest but most impressive universities. This moment cannot pass without recognizing the brilliant leadership and energy of Professor Kumar, as well as the distinguished faculty which has groomed and marshaled you. Each time I meet Professor Kumar or engage with anything relating to the JGU, as I heard today for the first time, and it's a very interesting acronym, but I am deeply impressed with the commitment of the faculty and the diversity and the range. I am told that 28 countries are represented on the faculty. It is truly impressive, and you cannot imagine how envious I feel of the opportunity that all of you have had. So a special appreciation of the highly talented faculty at the university who have had this great role in shaping and expanding your horizons, inculcating values in each one of you which will benefit you professionally and personally, as well as giving you a glimpse of what to expect in your chosen fields. I have been hearing the students talking about their experiences at JGU, and what has worried me is the feeling and sense that there are difficulties and the road is like a typical Haryanvi road. It is not so. This is a process of growth and development, and each one of us has to undertake this with a sense of accomplishment, achievement, and an excitement at what the future holds. Please remember, and these are the 3 dictates which I have for myself. I call them the 3 H's. It is hard work, humility, and honesty, with which you have to commit yourself, apply yourself with what everything that you're going to endeavor, and rest assured that there is success. My experience in life has shown that if God closes a window, He opens the doors of palaces for you. So this is not Jindal's closing its doors for you. The doors are ever open, but there are doors in bigger Jindals which are awaiting you. So don't look at this graduation or this shift from your student career into something that is very drastic and you need to be fearful. You today are so fortunate. You heard the Honorable Vice-President talk of opportunities and online and the kind of opportunities, innovations which are available to you we couldn't even dream of when we were graduating. When I left school in 1975, graduated from college in 1978, and got my law degree in 1981. There were hardly any women in the profession when I went to the High Court. There were not even a handful. And women lawyers were known only for taking adjournments. Mr. Shanti Bhushan is here in the audience. I see Jayant and his wife, a very learned lawyer, very competent lawyer. And if you were first generation, it was almost impossible. So you were expected to take passovers of cases or adjournments, and it is an uphill task. I'm often told that you are breaking glass ceilings. To my mind, it is not any breaking of a glass ceiling, but you should feel that you have achieved something only if you have been able to take someone else up with you. This is what Indira Nui, who heads the who is the CEO of PepsiCo, says, that whenever she reminds young people always that as you are moving ahead, make sure you carry someone who is not so privileged along with you. One very important lesson which I would like to give to the students as you leave your college. You know, you in your college are so busy with your grades, going to moot courts and competitions, that you forget yourself, and life becomes one big competition. You're either competing with your sibling, or you're competing with your neighbor, or you're competing with your colleagues at work. And what really happens is that the whole process, what should be a beautiful process of growth and development and achievement, really becomes a period of castigation and criticism of either the person with whom you're competing or of your own achievements. I would request each one of you to remember that you must compete only with yourself and nobody else in life. So this moment really marks a transitional moment for each one of you from academia to the real world, which would entail a dramatic change in perspective. It means going from the abstract to the concrete. In university, you dance with hypotheticals. Now in practice, you will dine on reality. And believe me, as borrowing from the spirit of the Vice President, that both are equally tasty. Looking ahead, I see a bright future for each one of you. I'm sure you are going to make wonderful lawyers, great policy makers, business leaders. Without doubt, and as lawyers, many of you will come to my court as well and argue landmark cases. Some of you may become great judges. Some of you may even return to Jindal as professors. Some of you may also pursue higher studies. All avenues are wide open for you. But, however, you must remember that no matter where you focus your energies, you must always grasp opportunities to lead change around you. This is critically important for you so that you remain grounded to your roots. It is important for you to stay connected to the problems facing not only yourself, don't isolate yourself, but facing the society. And more importantly, each one of you must engage in alleviating such problems. Please don't become an island unto yourself, aimed at only achieving or succeeding on what you perceive as success. Real success is when you have engaged with social issues, taken somebody who's lesser privileged and lesser accomplished further ahead as you walk ahead. What you need to do is broaden your horizons, your energetic minds, and develop fresh ideas, not just for your own benefit or for the benefits of your immediate families, your immediate institution, or the industry, but also for others in our society. Whenever we look at corporate social responsibility, and I'm talking to lawyers in the corporate world, I tell them to remind themselves of something, that charity begins at home. So if you're looking, we have had a statement about the wonderful, sensitive manner in which Mr. Naveen Jindal is operating. But then, at the same time, it is not always so. Charity begins at home is to ensure that your labor gets its full dues, that all its rights and interests are fully looked after. The gardener who works in the garden has drinking water available to him and access to a toilet, which most of the time they don't. These are very minor examples, but as you from the business school enter industry, as you in policy look at making policies for institutions, you must ensure that rights of everybody, especially the marginalized, are looked after. No matter which endeavor you decide to pursue, you will have opportunities to participate in, or if none are available, lead innovative social changes around you and to assist others with whom you share your space and your country, but who are not as fortunate as you in terms of access to opportunities and a decent life. I would especially urge you to incorporate social innovation for bringing about positive social change. Please take up varied roles, that of a leader, a learner, as well as an advisor in whichever profession you pursue. I would again implore upon you to ensure that you look at social innovation. The contemporary needs of the society and of our nation traverse various marginalized groups, and you must pick up the mantle to work for them with a sense of compassion and brotherhood, since the development of a country rests on the spirit of compassion, a cornerstone from our ancient learning. It is generally believed incorrectly that innovation can only be in terms of technology, but innovation can even be more relevant in social contexts in bringing about positive social change. I'll share an example since Professor Kumar has wanted me to share some personal experiences. In the year 2008, I had occasion to hear an appeal against a rape conviction of an 8-year-old child. It's too late for me to get into the intricate details, but to cut a long story short, the child was a Tamil child who had alleged that she had been raped by her 19-year-old neighbor, and they were not of the same regional area or the same community. And the statements which were recorded of this child at 3 different stages showed the extreme barrier which linguistics could have provided. The investigating officer had recorded the statement of the child as galat kam. The magistrate who recorded this girl's young child's statement recorded it as buri harkate. And the judge who recorded it as gandhi harkate. So, it showed these three statements. I apologize to the friends from overseas. Linguistics is an immediate barrier for them to comprehend what I've just said. But what these three statements showed, two things. One is the fact that the policeman, the investigator, and the trial judge were reluctant to engage with issues relating to rape and were not even willing to articulate the bare minimum necessary to ensure that the ingredients of the offense were brought in. The second thing which this showed was the barrier which linguistics would have been. This Tamil child was a driver's daughter and obviously was obviously not speaking good Northern Indian language. And this by itself would have impeded this child's access to justice. So after I wrote this judgment, in this judgment I had collated guidelines relating to sexual violence and how the investigation, etc., must take place. And I also noted the baggage which the judge and the magistrate and the policeman were carrying in engaging with issues relating to rape. After I was forced to acquit because there was really no evidence to make out a case for rape. After this judgment, the then Chief Justice A.P. Shah had appointed me a committee to look at the working of the rape law. And he vested this responsibility on me as heading the committee. And I worked on it for a period from 2009 to 2012. I'm sharing this example as an instance of what I used technology, but it was purely a judicial intervention and a judicial innovation. And we were able to design a courtroom where we completely obviate any interface between the perpetrator of the offense and a victim of rape. The first such courtroom, it was an overseas and international collaboration with organizations from South Africa, Canada, US, Scandinavian countries. We formulated guidelines. We negotiated and engaged with psychologists and child right experts before we put in this module. It's called the Vulnerable Witness Deposition Complex. The first such complex, there is no other such complex anywhere in India. There is none in Asia. There's none in Africa, and very few in several other parts of the world. But we completely prevent the interaction, any interface between the accused and the victim. We pick up the victim with a facilitator, and we bring her or she, several instances of boys complaining of sodomy and incest and all kinds of difficulties. And we have, since 2009, now this was 12 September 2009, way before Nirbhaya happened. Nirbhaya happened on 16th December 2009. And yet Delhi has come to be called the rape capital and insensitive to the rights of the rape victim. But we have since then established such courts, more than one court, in all our district complexes, in 6 out of 7 district complexes. And since 12th of September 2009, we have recorded the testimony of 5,300 victims of rape using this module, where we have found, the judges tell me when the witnesses come in, they're full of trepidation, extremely scared and nervous. But after the meeting with the judge and the treatment that they're given in that facility, they're so full of confidence that if the case is adjourned, they want to bring all kinds of relatives and neighbors and friends just to show off how well they are treated. What has happened is that so far as the judges are concerned, the judges have told me that there is a transformation of the quality of the evidence. We are now undertaking an actual study as to whether using this facility has impacted the outcome of the cases. But whatever be the outcome, our purpose was to prevent secondary traumatization of the victim and to ensure dignity and fairness to the process of recounting an incident of rape, which at the best of times is difficult and is terrible if you have to do it in an open courtroom and in a close proximity of the perpetrator of the offense. So more than even the success rate, conviction rate that may have been achieved, what I think where this model has succeeded is ensuring dignity to the victim. We have also recorded the profiles of the accused and the victims, And we have a study, we are now the study is underway of 5,300 such cases. So we'll actually have an empirical evaluation of the nature, difficulties, problems, status of accused persons as well as victims in rape. So this was a very simple idea. It's a very simple methodology, simple, a simple initiative. But it was purely a judicial intervention, a judicial innovation, and a judicial initiative. So this instance actually highlights what you can do looking around you. Whether you decide to take up a model of somebody tells us, there are people who have put out refrigerators outside restaurants and tell people to leave their leftover food for any homeless and a poor person to take. But this is concern for the poor, and it does not require any financial outlay, and anybody can do it. Remember, simple ideas with resolute determination can solve various complex issues plaguing our society, and more importantly, hampering nations' development. You have to be mindful of your role in society and humble about your existence and place in it. I would urge each one of you to inculcate these indispensable values. All this advice can be summed up in a quote by the revered Shri J.R.D. Tata. He said, and I quote, "No success or achievement in material terms is worthwhile unless it serves the needs or interests of the country and its people and is achieved by fair and honest means." Dear students, all of you are going to get your degrees today. I understand that a big proportion of students who are graduating today are from the discipline of law. I wish to draw their attention to their pursuit of justice and ensuring that you are able to ensure justice in the community. Most importantly, please remember that access to justice by itself is a challenge. I will not elaborate on this because I think it's late and I must close. But you must remember also that access to justice simply does not mean access to the courts. Access to justice is way beyond. People in the community and the society have to overcome barriers which you cannot even imagine. They are not only financial, they are not only related to illiteracy, but barriers on account of psychology, barriers on account of lack of knowledge of systems, barrier on account of fear of courtrooms, barrier on account of a fear that you may not be believed if you come to the court, barriers on account of fear of ostracization from the community or society. So these are issues which so many of the people are grappling with, and each one of you must be conscious of this. I will recount one small incident. The year was 2006. I was a single judge sitting on the writ jurisdiction in the court. I called out a case, and an 80-plus man with a long beard going up to his waist stood up before me. I spoke to him in Hindi. "Baba, problem kya hai? What is your problem?" And it transpired that in the emergency demolitions in the Turkman Gate in the year 1975-76, his 7 feet by 8 feet tenement had been demolished by the government. Now that tenement was not only his home, but it was also his place of business. He had 6 children. It was a Muslim family. He had 6 children. And in that little room, 7 by 8 feet room, they were all living, and he was also undertaking the business of repairing his furniture. Turkman Gate is about 1.5 kilometers or 2 kilometers, or maximum of 3 kilometers from the Delhi High Court. This man had been identified for rehabilitation by the municipal corporation immediately after emergency came to an end. He was found eligible for and entitled to an allotment of a flat, but the municipal corporation issued him the slip recognizing his right, but did not give him the property. To walk the path of 3 kilometers, which is about 1.5 miles, it took this man from 1976 to 2006. That is almost 30 years to traverse. We are not talking of a tribal villager in the interiors of Madhya Pradesh or the northeast. We are talking of a citizen of Delhi who we expect automatically would have the means and the ability to articulate his rights and seek their enforcement. So 30 years it took for this man to come to the High Court to say that I was identified for rehabilitation, yet the municipal corporation has not given me the flat. So when I asked the municipal corporation lawyer, how can you not give him his flat? You're bound to do so. The corporation's reply was delay and latches. This man has waited 30 years, so he's not entitled to the allotment of the property which he had been identified for. So when I pointed out to them that you have recognized his right, you are responsible for the demolition, you have not been able to, it was your responsibility. You took away this man's house, which was his right to shelter is a fundamental right. It's an essential part of the right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. So I said, you violated his constitutional right. What delay and latches are you talking about? So they were vehemently protesting. They took adjournments, filed all kinds of affidavit. I turned to that man, not to his lawyer, and asked him, what took him 30 years to come to the court? He said, Madam, when my house was demolished, I was least concerned about the house. I was looking for the nearest tree under which I could place this family of mine, where my wife could cook somehow and provide for the children. He says, living on the pavement, I suffered an accident and was hospitalized for a good many years. They had to put all kinds of nails, etc., into my hip and my knees, and I was completely incapacitated. I asked this man, have your children gone to school? He looked at me and laughed. He said, there was no food to eat even. We were living under a tree. Where is the question of going to school? So I asked the corporation lawyer, here haven't we, by our cruel negligence, and it was, to my mind, it was a duty to ensure that the house was given to this man. Haven't we, now we have created such a tremendous, we've been completely unjust to this family, but created a body of a family of 6 illiterate children who would be such a burden on the community and the society because they were not equipped to earn. They were not prepared to listen. I passed a judgment holding that delay and latches, you cannot impact violation of fundamental rights. There's nothing like limitation, there's nothing like delay and latches. It was their statutory, no, but it doesn't end here. It was their statutory duty to have, they were responsible for the demolition. There were several other legal grounds, and I directed a time-bound period within which they had to give the flat. They didn't tell me they had allotted the flat to somebody else. I also noted that. Unfortunately, that case always stayed with me. It always worried me. And I always wanted to know what happened. Only recently I asked my law researcher, that case, I always want to know. You sometimes want to know, the justice of the case, whether the person was able to get the property. They had appealed to the division bench against my decision, and only on delay and latches the division bench overturned my judgment. So I don't know what became of that family. But what I want to point out is that, it's not only law, but it's public policy, it's your knowledge of business law, your international law. No matter which field you go, there is no reason as to why you should not engage with causes relating to social change and social justice. Look for rights. I had a case of a brigadier who sought a stay of a transfer to a hard posting on the ground that he had a autistic child suffering from cerebral palsy who was attending a particular school where he needed to complete the course. This request for stay of a transfer for 6 months was opposed by 6 generals who came to my court. And they were so vehement that this man had been accommodated repeatedly. Very easy case. Transfer is a matter which is attached to your terms of service. You cannot prohibit or stay it. But this wasn't a case of a transfer relating to the brigadier's service. So I asked the army officers if they were trying to argue that this brigadier had actually prayed for a mentally challenged child so that he could make requests for postings. Obviously, the answer was no. And they had no clue when I asked them about how difficult it is to manage a child, an 18-year-old male child, with cerebral palsy. That child had to be assisted to the toilet, his shaving, his everything, and it's impossible to get caregivers for disabled, mentally challenged persons in India. So why I had stayed the order, but not on grounds of the request of the army officer, but holding that the case involved the rights of that disabled child. So this was an innovation I'm sharing with you. So when you have a problem, don't look at it as a problem. Look for a solution. Look for out-of-the-box solutions and hit them like that. So I will close by saying that you must remember what Napoleon Hill has said. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way, and you will go a long, long way. I will close with my best wishes to all of you for very successful lifetimes. Please remember, success doesn't mean that you have to be CEOs or managing directors of multinational companies. Find your path, find your calling, do only what makes you happy, but in all of that, compete only with yourself. All the best, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Justice Mittal. And now we come to the moment we've all been waiting for. Yes. But before we begin, I would like to beg your brief indulgence. As Professor Murthy noted that this year, we lost a member of our community after a valiant struggle with cancer. That was Professor Andrew W. Hay. Andrew was the founding assistant dean of the Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities and was known as a person who transcended disciplines. In his warmth, creativity, and compassion are things that we really miss as part of our current community. And so in light of his passing and in honor of his memory, the Jindal School of Liberal Arts and Humanities has created the Andrew W. Hay Award for Most Creative Thesis. This award will be given to the student who best embodies Andrew's spirit of creativity, interdisciplinarity, and breadth. This award will be given out normally during the rest of the awards, but this year, the winners of this award are Olivia Sebastian and Akshay Sharan. Yeah. Yes. They already have received their award, so thank you very much. Get brief music. So, and now the awarding of degrees. I would like to please invite to the stage Professor Jayani Banerjee, Professor Jasmeet Kaur, Professor Saloni Kandaria, and Professor Jasmeet Gulati, who will help read the names of the graduates. All right, I would like to call the Dean of JSLH, Professor Kathleen Madrasky, to join the stage.
Hello, so I'll call out 5 names at a time. Students, please make your way to the stage accordingly. So the first is BA Honors in Liberal Arts. Students, the first 5 up are Abhas Garg, Adya Malladi, Andrita Deb, Aditya Pratap Singh, and Akshay Sharan. Could the 5 of you please come up? The next 5 are Aksheta Yadav, Ansh Seth, Arham Khan, Chandni Singh, Dhananjay Khurana. Dhruv Sinha, Divya Kapoor, Ekalavya Chadha, Harjot Singh, Jairaj Singh Garg. So Dhruv Sinha, Divya Kapoor, Ekalavya Chadha, Harjot Singh, Jairaj Singh Garg. Kanika Dabra, Kanishk Singhal, Nikita Achanta, Olivia Sebastian, Pavni Pegatraju. Kanika Dabra, Kanishk Singhal, Nikita Achanta, Olivia Sebastian, Pavni Pegatraju. Porus Jain, Rohan Ismail, Venkat Roshan Rawalur, Sahir Abrol, Saloni Nagpal. Sandhya Agarwal, Sanjana Chandrasekharan, Sanskriti Singh, Sarthak Datta, Shreya Kaul. Shrishti Sabu, Srivatsan Manivanan, Sukena Hussain, Tarika Perez, Vedika Jain, and Verzan Sutaria. Verzan Sutaria. I'll now call out the names of...
I would like to request Professor R. Sudarshan to please come to the stage.
I'll call out names of students from the MA Public Policy program. First up is Aditya, Anna Claudina Moniz, Ankita, Anmol Jain, Aparna Raman. Aparna Shivaraman, Arzu, Deepika, Dilson, Disha. Divya, Gitika, Kanika, Manashri, Rumana. Tashi, Tenzin Dolma, Tenzing Nawang, Thayana, Vani Segal. Vasant, Vaishali, Minoka Nirmalin Matthew. Priyam Vada, Saurabh Sood, Rajneesh Vadera.
All right. I would like thank you very much, Dean Sudarshan. Thank you for coming to the dais. Dean Cholia, please join the dais. And just as a gentle reminder, graduates, please remain in your seats until the end of the convocation. That goes for parents too. Thank you.
Starting with the names of MADLV students, Aaron Mirza, Anashwara, Carlo, Dionisio, Elisa. I'll repeat the names. Aaron Mirza, Anashwara, Carlo, Dionisa, Elisa. Fatafehi, Indira, Isufu, Crystal Fane. Fatafehi, Indira, Isufu, Crystal Fane. Repeating the names again, Fatafehi, Indira, Isufu and Crystal Fane. Meher Kakkar, Poonam, Raghunandan, Shantanu and Shubham. Meher Kakkar, Poonam, Raghunandan, Shantanu and Shubham. Shubhi, Tashi, Tripat, Sankan and Kevin. Swati Paul, Karmaine and Karan Bidani. Starting with the names of BAGA. starting with the names of BAGA, Akriti, Aditya, Ambedkar, Anna and Ankita. Anurag, Atharv, Vaikund, Bhavna and DM Varun. Hima Bindu, Kartikeya, Kaushik, Mehul and Muhammad Ali Khan. Nupur, Pranank, Purna, Purusuhag, Sai Sharan and Sanjana. Shukriya, Shweta, Siddharth, Suchitra and Tahira. Vedansh and Vrinda Garg.
Thank you, Dean Chalioff. May I please invite the Dean of the Business School, Dr. Tapan Panda, to join the stage.
Requesting all JGBS students to come side by side the stage, please. All JGBS students, please. Calling students from MBA first, Aditi, Aditya, Aishwarya, Ankit and Apurva. I'm repeating the names, calling from MBA first, Aditi, Aditya, Aishwarya, Ankit and Apurva. Aditi, Aditya, Aishwarya, Ankit and Apurva. All right, Ashima, Ashish, Asis Kaur, Atish and Bana Tejdeep. Ashima, Ashish, Asis, Atish and Bana Tejdeep. Chirag, Gaurav, Gautam, Himanshu Bayala and Himanshu Dudani. Chirag, Gaurav, Gautam, Himanshu Bayala and Himanshu Dudani. Jaswant, Jigyasa, Kajal, Monica and Mudit. Jaswant, Jigyasa, Kajal, Monica and Mudit. Parag, Parth Bansal. Parag, Parth Bansal, Parth Patel, Pranita and Rajshri. Parag, Parth Bansal, Parth Patel, Pranita and Rajshri. S. Kumar, Sagar, Sarthak, Shikha and Shivam. S. Kumar, Sagar, Sarthak, Shikha and Shivam. Shrutesh, Shubham, Shubhasis. Shrutesh, Shubham, Shubhasis, Vasudha and Vijil. Vasudha, Vijil, no. Vasudha, Vijil, Vikas, Varis and Rahul. Sankalp Dheer. Vikas, Varis Akhtar, Rahul Sharma, Sankalp Dheer. Starting with IBM names now. Akash, Abhinav, Ambika, Ashish. Akash, Abhinav, Ambika, Ashish. Ashwatej, Chandrama, Garima. Ashwatej, Chandrima, Garima. Himanshi, Ishita, Jatin, Medhavini and Manisha. Himanshi, Ishita, Jatin, Medhavini and Manisha. Nimisha, Parth, Parvesh and Pratik. Nimisha, Parth, Parvesh and Pratik. Rishi, Rishika, Sahil, Sajal and Shivam. Rishika, Rishi, Sahil, Sajal and Shivam. Snehal, Shrushti, Tanushri, Vishul and Yatin. Snehal, Shrushti, Tanushri, Vishul and Yatin.
Thank you, Dean Toppin, for all of your help. Thank you. And now I would like to invite Professor Gudmundur Eriksson and Professor Srijith S.G., Vice Dean at the Law School, to join the dais.
I now call upon students from LLM Tax, Sashi, Shri, Nibhir, Muskan, Chirag, Pooja. LLM Tax. Sashi, Shri, Nibhir, Muskan, Chirag and Pooja.
No, where are they? I've called them.
We need more. We need to.
LLM students, please. LLM students for tax. Sashi, Shri, Nibhir, Muskan, Chirag, Pooja. I don't know where they. Okay, I'm just proceeding. LLM IPR, Subramanyam, Sai, Medha, Pavana, Nishant. Aparna, Devender, Arani, Jesslyn, Pranjal, Anurima.
Congratulations.
Shefali, Anmol, Vrushali, Kruti, Karthik, Akhilendra. Nikhileshwar, Kartiki, Ayushi, Purnami, Nabamita, Abhinav. Tanvi, Sonal, Mona, Vinayak, Satya, Asmita. Sahiba, Nishu, Stuti, Abhinav, Deepa, Mohammad, Malvika. Nishant. I now call upon students from LLB 2015, Abhinav Mehrotra, Abhinav Sharma, Agastya, Amartya, Ananya, Anjali. Archita, Arman, Ashwin, Bhuvan, Desri, Dhruv, Harsh. Rishita, Jayveer, Joe, Kartiki, Kasika. Kavya, Kshitij, Kumar, Shaurish, Mohit, Navna, Nihit, Nirav. Paritosh, Pranav, Pranshu, Prashant, Pratibha Rao, Priya, Raghav. Raj, Rajan, Randeep, Rohit, Ruxana, Sakshi. Sarthak, Shrishti, Suhavi, Suryaksh, Utkarsha, Vaibhav, Vinay, Vasudha. Vasudha Ahuja, Vrinda. I now call upon students from BBA LLB 2013, Akash, Aman, Aman Dahiya, Aman Garg, Amulya, Ananya, Madhusudan, Anish. Anmol, Ansh, Arpit, Arsh, Barkha, Chandani. Divyangi, Hardik, Ishneet, Jayandika, Kshitij, Gupta, Lakshay, Lovish. Mayank, Mrinal, Paras, Pragya, Prakhar, Rashmi, Rishabh. Rishabh Gupta, Rohan Yadav, Rohit, Samiksha, Samyak, Satyam. Satyam, Sharan, Shishti, Sonal, Surya, Tanmay, Tanuj. Tushar, Vaibhav, Varun, Vyom.
I'll start with
the BA LLB 2013 batch, Akash Jindal, Aarti, Arushi, Abhijit, Abhilasha. Abhinish, Abhiruchi, Abhishek Jain, Abhivrat Arya, Aditi. Aditya Aryan, Agnish, Aishwarya Kumar, Aishwarya Singh, Ajitesh, Soni, Akansha Singh. Akshit, Amartya, Amit, Amara, Anand Kumar Rao. Anita, Anirban, Anisha, Ankit, Anshula Dafal, Anushka. Apurva Singh, Apurva Yadav, Arjun, Arushi Avasti, Asmita, Astha Singh. Avani, Avantika, Ayushi, Bhavna, Brian, Chiranjeev. Chitresh, Rual Matthew, Cynthia, Diksha, Deepti, Degalal. Dev Agnihotri, Dev Alkesh, Devashish, Devyani, Dhruv Mittal, Dhruv Yadav. Disha Rangi, Divya Rai, Divyam, Diya Kapoor, Dawn Darrell, Erica. Aisha, Faguni, Gautam, Gaurang, Govind Singh Shekhawat, Hardika. Haridya, Harsh, Harshil, Harshit, Hira Nafis, Himanshu. Hitendra, Ishita, Ishita Joshi, Kanavveer, Kanavviren, Kanishk. Karan Gaur, Karan Mahala, Karan Raj Singh, Karthik Kumar, Karthik Singh, Khushbu. Kriti Gupta, Kritika, Kunappa, Lakshay, Masha, Madhavi.
I would like to remind parents that we are taking high quality photos of your children.
Madhur Mahajan, Mahesh Bhanu, Mallika, Mantaran Singh Bhuman, Mayuka Sa, Mishal.
Graduates, please return to your seats.
Mitisha Dhaka, Mohit Malik, Mrigang, Mrinal, Namandeep, Namitha.
Everybody please wait 3 seconds for the cameras. Thank you.
Narayan Gupta, No Botla, Navya, Neha, Nikhil Santosh, Nirupam. P. Rama Rayudu, Pallavi Agarwal, Parikshit, Partha Sarthi Mishra, Kosmeti Padma, Pranav Kumar Kothura.
Remember, 3 seconds. 1, 2.
Pranjal, Pranjal Jain, Pranshu Bansal, Pratham, Prithvika, Prithviraj. Priyank Agarwal, Priyanka De, Priyanka Shambhat, Ujita, Puru Jain, Rahul.
Graduates, once you have gotten your degree, your degree folder, please leave the area and go back to your seats. Thank you.
Rahul Shekhar, Rajat, Rajiv Gandhi, Rajkumar Jain, Rajshri Jaiswal, Rajul Sharma. Rashmi, Reshav, Riya, Rishabh Gupta, Rishabh Kumar Thakur, Rishika. Rishikesh, Riya, Rohan Matthew, Rohan Nandal, Rohini, Rohit Sharma. Rishikesh, Riya, Rohan Matthew, Rohan Nandal, Rohini Rathore. Rohit, Rona, Rubika, Rhythm, Sakshi. Safina, Sai Sake, Sai Teja, Saksham.
Yeah, graduates, please continue to move. Thank you very much.
Sakshi, Samar, Samya, Sanyam. Sargam, Sarvasva, Satvika, Saudamini, Sayesha. Shan, Shailesh, Shankar Luthra, Shantanu Singh, Shashwat Jindal. Sheetal Agarwal, Shilpa Jajuda, Shivam Mittal, Shivam Patanjali, Shivangi Gupta. Shaurya Bari, Shrimoy, Shriya, Shrishti. Shruti, Shubham Gill, Shubhankar Gupta, Shubhankar Parijat. Shwetank Soni, Siddhant Shetty, Siddharth Singh, Simran Binder. Soham Guha Roy, Sonu Arora, Soumya Ranjan Das, Soumya Deep. Saubhagya Lakshmi, Shrishti Mukherjee, Shruti Badu, Subhajit. Sumer Ahuja, Sunidhi Bansal, Supriya Malik, Suraj Yogaram. Suzanne Kurian, Tanvi Bharti, Tushar Jeet Singh, Uru Sharma. Vaibhav Banka, Vaishnavi Sankar, Vandita Khanna, Varun Jagannath. Varuna Juneja, Vasudev Devadasan, Vasudha Singh, Vedika Bhandari. Vidushi Dikshit, Vikram Singh Baid, Viksit, Vinay Krishna. Vinayak Harshvardhan, Vinitika, Vishal Singh Thakur, Vivid Shah. Rinda Singh, Yash Prashant, Yashaswin, Yogesh Jain. Yojit Mehra, Aradhya Dikshit, Avinash Kumar, Hari Ram. Sahid Jeevi, Sirat Mir, Shrija, Madhurya. Now I call upon Satyajit Mahanti and Muthu Charan Sundaresh.
Still? Oh, there's still more?